the SI units and as well as its significant figures and as the writing rounding how to do the writing of, and in earlier videos we have discussed about the SI units also. Now we are going to know about how to write the SI units, means the rules of SI units, how rules of writing in SI units. Means we know that fundamental units and derived units. Fundamental units are the mass, length, time, ampere. Those are the fundamental units which does not depend on another units. The individually directly we can take the values, and as well as the units which are derived from the fundamental units are called as derived units, and the system of units are the three system of units are there, that is CGS and MKS, FPS, and as well as international system of units. Nowadays we are using the international system of units, that is called as SI units. The rules for writing the units in a SI system. So first of all, the first rule is the symbol for units do not take plural form. Means whenever we are taking the meters or kgs like that, if in case of if you want to write the kgs in directly in the form of units, means in the single letter in the symbol of units, we can write that 5 meter, but not as 5 meters. This is called as 5 meter. This is S. Do not take any plural form while you are writing the symbol. If in case if we want to write the total form, means if you want to write the total forms, means like 5 meter, then 5 meters. We can write like this. Whenever the total form we are writing that, then the plural form can get. But whenever we are writing the symbol for the units, SI units, that is kilograms or whatever it is. So if you want to write the kilograms, we can write the like this, kilograms, but not as a kilograms. This is not can not be considered. This will be the false and this will be the true. Whenever we are writing the full form, then only the plural form can get, otherwise it cannot get that plural form. If the unit is written in a full, it can take plural form like 5 meters like this. If you use the symbol, then it can't be that, this will be the perfect and this will be the wrong thing. The next one is, whenever we are writing the units, after the unit there is no any full stop and punctuation marks can be added, should be used within the or at the end of the symbol, within the or and at the end of the symbol also the punctuation marks and full stop, that type of symbol should not be used. So if in case see for some of the examples, this is we wrote the 10 meter but not as is a punctuation marks and full stop also there. This is not correct and we should write like this only. If we want to write the 100 watts, should write like this but not as a by punctuation mark or any full stop. We should not place that full stop or any punctuation marks. So after the at the end of the symbol of here, at the end of symbol of the units. So in case of SI units, we use the only that SI means we should write these two terms in capital letters only. We should not use the small letters. So that's why this is the correct one. Instead of this one is the wrong one, means this is the SI units written in small letters. We should write SI units, not but not as a SI units. Okay, and this one is the second rule of writing the SI units, SI system. Whenever we are writing the full names which is derived, which the units are derived by the scientists. If you want to write the full names, we use the small letters only. We should not use capital letters at the starting letter. Like this, full names of all units, whatever the all units, full names of all units, even when they are named after scientists like Faraday, like Ampere and second like this, Newton, like this, after the scientists should not be started with a capital letter, should not be started with the capital letter like this. If you want to write the total full names for the Newton is a scientist, the greatest scientist. So that's why here the Newton we should write in small letters only. We should not start with the capital letter. So this will be the wrong thing. If you started with the capital letter, that will be the wrong thing. This will be the right one. In case of second, this will be the right thing. And whenever we use the capital letter, this will be the wrong one. In Ampere, we should use small letters only. We should not start with the capital letter. Whenever the scientist units of all units which are named after the scientists, we should not start with the capital letter. We should start with small letter only. A capital letter can be used when it is denoted, the unit is denoted with in the symbol, like a capital letter will be used for the name of the scientist as. The capital letters should be taken as symbol for the scientist, the unit named after the scientist. That is for if in case of for the Newton, we should write capital N for the Newton, for the ampere A, okay, and like this. For the second as in case of if the capital letter should not be can use only for the scientist's name of the after the symbols capital letters, we can use names after the scientist which are the derived which are given the scientists. Only for the scientist names we can use the symbols as a capital letters, but which are not given by the scientist's name, that units cannot be denoted with the capital letters like meter as well as second, like this. Here let's see, small m for meter, small m for meter but not capital M, and here small s for the second, not for capital S, like this. If in case of the scientists names are after the given that, the capital letters can be used. If they are not, the capital letters should not be used taken as symbol for the units which are not named after scientists, which are not named after the scientists. If they are named after scientists, the units are named after the scientists, the symbols which can be used for the symbols, capital letters can be used for that symbols. But whenever we are writing the full name, means a full unit as a name of a scientist, the full name, we should not start with a capital letter. If they are not the named after the scientists, we should not take capital letter, we should write in only small letters only. Units must be written in either full form or we should use in a accepted symbols only. We should write in full form or accepted symbols only. Otherwise, we can't use the another unnecessary things and as well as unaccepted symbols. We cannot use. Only units must be written either in full form or in accepted only. And the next one is whenever while writing the units, the space should be given between the numerical number to the unit. And whenever the compound units are taken, the distance between the component the units also, we should maintain some space between them. If in case of if a Newton meter is writing, for example 12 Newton, some of the space, we should give some space between the numerical number and the unit, but we should not, this one is the correct. If in case if you write this like this 12 Newton, then this will be the wrong. Some of the space should be given between the numerical number to the symbol of the unit. And as well as if in case of the it is compound unit is there, like meter per second or Newton per meter or radian per second, like that. If in case of Newton meter, if in case of Newton meter, we should give the distance between the Newton meter also. Newton symbol is there, meter symbol is there. So some of the space we should give between the compound units also. We should not like this one is the correct. If we write like this, this will be the wrong thing. So whenever the sum of the space should left between the symbol and numerical number, and as well as if we take the compound units also, some of the space left between the compound symbols and as well as the numerical number to the symbol also, like that. And if in case of while writing the symbols units, we should use solidus, means a slash. Whenever we should not use a slash in the units when writing the units. For example, some of the cases we will write meter per second like this, but this is not correct. We should write like a meter per second like this only. The slash we should not use writing in units, SI system of units, we should not use a meter per second like this. We should write like this only. If in case of Newton per meter square, if in case of Newton per meter square, we can write this Newton per meter square like this only. We should not write like Newton per meter like this. Newton meter square we should not write like this one. We should write this one, means a slide, means a slash should not be used in writing a compound unit only, and as well as some of the space left between the compound units and the numerical number to the units only. So this is the rules, basic rules for the writing units of a system. Once again, read carefully. Symbol for units do not take plural form. Only we should use the singular form. Whenever we are writing the full name, then we take the full form, plural form. So and another one is no full stop or punctuation mark should be placed or should be used within at the end of the symbol. We should not use full stop or punctuation marks at the end of the symbol. That is the second one. And third one is full names of the all units, even when they are named after the scientists. Named after scientists should not be used. Should not be used to start with a capital letter. Should not start with a capital letter. We should start only with the small letters only, like this. Newton, but as not as a capital N. We should not use capital in the named after the scientist, named after a scientist. But if in case of, if you want to use the symbol for the named of scientist like Newton for N, second for S, and ampere for A, then we can write like this. We can write like, take a capital letter whenever we are taking the symbol. Otherwise, we cannot take while we are writing the total name of scientist. We should start with small letter only. We should not use a capital letter. And if in case of capital letters should be taken, capital letters should not be taken for the which are not the after scientists, which are not named after the scientists, like second, meter, like this. We should not use the capital letters which are not named after scientists. And units must be written in the full form or given the accepted symbols only. Accepted symbols only. While we are writing the symbols, we should left some of the space between the numerical number to the unit, and as well as for the component units also, some of the space left between the component units also. And while you are writing the units, we should not use the slide. Means solid S means slash between the units. We should write like radius per second. If we want to write radius per second, radians per second only, you should write like this, not like radians per second. We should not write this one like this. We should write only, we should not use slash in writing the SI units. These are the rules for writing units in a SI system.